still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the Sports Report Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. William D. Morgan. I am very, very fortunate. I have a full crew with me tonight. Oh, my goodness. Got a lot to talk about. NFL is here. We're going to catch up on our baseball. Got a lot of things going down. First, let me bring in my man from the West Coast up in Arizona. Remember man is 7. What's up?
Can y'all make up your mind?
Exactly.
God damn it. Am I in or am I out?
You in, man.
Like, put in the closet. Am I in or out? Let me know what's going on.
You in, man. You in. How you doing tonight, man?
Doing good, buddy. I know you're kind of struggling with your day because the Mets seem to be getting their asses handed to them by the Braves right now.
I know.
But
we don't need a collapse right now. We don't need that collapse.
They don't. They need every drop of momentum going into the postseason. So, but we'll talk about that.
Yes. Let me bring in my next person. Now, this man here loves LeBron James like the cool side of the pillow. Let me bring my man Dan in. Dan, what's up?
I love LeBron like the cool side of the pillow.
Yes,
He loves LeBron more than the cool side of the pillow. I guarantee it.
Hello, my name's Dan. I'm an Aquarius. My spirit animal is a salmon.
I'm part of the Braun Anonymous.
LeBron Anonymous, LA.
LA.
Interesting.
All right. And next up, last but certainly not least, this person runs everything that goes down with pinfall streams. We bring Josie in. Josie, what's up?
I'm loving this new look for the sports report, man. It's so good. Y'all aren't even ready. Y'all aren't even ready for all the new segment. Even though I have to give a moment of silence to Seven's song. We're gonna
moment of silence.
That's out. I'm out too.
Unfortunately, the copyright on it expired, and we can no longer use it. It may make a return, but
that song has a copyright.
Yes. Yeah, it does.
Sounds like the Windows ME intro song.
I can't get a motherfucker to respond to a Facebook message so that I can get everything updated. Right. So Wally, if you happen to see this, bro, can you please message me? I really want to be able to use Load Up the Bases, bro.
Wally.
Yes. All right, guys, let's go. We have some preseason football, but before we do all that, let's go ahead and bring our baseball in. You ready up? You ready, Seven?
All right, let's do it.
I want to be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints.
I like it. That slaps.
Yes.
As the kids would say.
That hits kind of hard. I think that intro just makes me look like I have way more street cred than I do.
Yeah.
Like let's just set that now. No, I don't. I have zero.
Can we just act like that is Seven rapping? We'll just act like that is him. Like that's his song.
I don't think. No.
I'm not seen Seven rap.
Even try and take credit for that one.
No, I've seen Seven rap.
There's too many videos of me rapping that exist that prove that is not me rapping and that I should not do it anyway. But
we'll have to play one.
You only live once, but you get drunk at karaoke a lot of times. Okay, so let's talk about some baseball right now. Of course, the biggest topic in the league right now, Fernando Tatis Jr., following in the footsteps of his dad, he got suspended 80 games for testing positive for PEDs. The banned substance was, hey, what's up, KW? Good to see you, man. Thank you for joining us.
Yo.
The KW. Banned substance was cholesterol.
Pinball's biggest fan right there. Pinball's
Absolutely. And the statement from Tatis's agent, basically, that said that the synthetic steroid that he tested positive for was in an antifungal medication that he was taking for ringworm. His dad said in a statement today, I believe it was, I saw it today, that this came about because he actually got a fungal inspection after getting his hair cut. And he was he got in a spray to get rid of the infection and didn't read what was in it. This is the excuse we always get when these guys test positive for PEDs. So it can be kind of hard to be like, is that really what happened? I mean, not this exact thing, but I didn't know what was in it. It is the common thing among all of these. Taking him at his word, he's a young guy. Young guys make mistakes. These guys need to know better.
Can we run the parental?
All right, let's put the big red sign up.
Just run the printer real fast.
Because I know Dan's gonna go off on this. So I will kick this to Dan first. Mr. Dick Warner, do you support Fernando Tatis Jr. getting suspended for testing positive for PEDs?
I do not. 100% no.
Surprise, surprise.
If Okay, that's a bullshit story. It's a steroid for ringworm. I mean,
right.
I don't know. Those hairstylists, sometimes they don't clean the clippers. I don't really know. But
right. It is possible. The story is feasible.
Possible. It's a legit story. He shouldn't have to be making the fucking story up, is the whole point here. He shouldn't have to be making the story up. Steroids should be used amongst pro sports with the doctors, done correctly. It is not bad for you. Like, let's just make these guys into NFL blitz players. Seriously, let's make them into NFL blitz players. They're gladiators. That's what they do. That's what they do for us anyway. Why are we not putting the best product? Like, I want dudes out there just like King Griffey Jr. Slugfest, just like cheat code, hitting 450s every time they touch the ball, like Barry Bonds in 2003. That's how I want everybody. That's how I want every hitter.
Dan wants 20 to 30 baseball games.
If it gets ridiculous,
like 20 to 25.
Yes, absolutely. If it gets ridiculous, you just move the fences out a little bit. It'll be all right. Just move the fences out. Just readjust.
Make it 500.
Make your walls a little higher. All right. This is modern day gladiators, guys. Like, why do we not want to see craziness? Like, I want to see absolute madness. We're already seeing it, and they don't even let these guys legally do this stuff. All right, but
he should have just gone to Aaron Judge's doctor if he wanted to juice. Like that's
the weirdest. That's the weirdest part, bro. I don't think Aaron Judge is. That's the weirdest part.
I don't either. No,
he's just that natural of an athlete. Like, when he gets older in his career, he absolutely will, and I will 100% support him when he does that. But
typical fucking Yankees fan.
Well, of course. I mean, A-Rod, we love him here, Giambi.
Excuse me, it's A-Royd, sir.
A-Royd.
Address him in his proper name.
A-Royd, yes, absolutely. He can do whatever he wants, man. He's married to J-Lo.
Not anymore.
He's not? Okay, well.
No, she's getting ready to.
She's remarried to Ben Affleck.
I can't keep up with that woman.
She remarried.
Here's the thing. Man. Listen. She needs to make sure she has more rings than Tom Brady, so she's got to stay in contention and keep moving.
Keep going around. Hey guys, if we were in 1930, would you call J-Lo a floozy? Would she be a floozy?
I mean, you
guys don't know what that is,
do you?
She's a flapper girl. I don't know what the fuck
she's
that
a
is.
flapper.
She's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's a slut is what I was basically trying to get at. In 1930.
She would definitely get slut shamed in 1930s. I think that is a solid. Yeah, I'd give you that one.
Absolutely. Dude, I actually watched this is weird. I actually watched the 1998 MLB All-Star game last night, just the intros, just because it came on after a video that I was watching. And Mark McGwire and Sosa are in the starting lineup. And McGuire's neck, dude, has the fucking stretch marks on it from his traps getting so big from him juicing, and it's awesome. He also hits a one-handed home run in it, like a solo home run, where he literally just goes like this. He just goes. And that's it. That's just how he hits home run. It's fucking great.
He can't move both arms. At that point, he couldn't move both arms all the way around.
Yeah, because I'm sorry. Big, man. Dan, I do agree with you. I think sports would be better if they, to some level, would allow it. But Mark went a little too far. Mark went too far.
He went to the bulky side, which is not the way to go. Okay, so weightlifters, like dudes who professionally weightlift, aren't good athletes. Those guys can't turn around and wipe their ass.
No, half of them can't even fit through a door.
They're just so huge and like they can't run or anything. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about, guys. I'm not talking about just huge muscly dudes. Yes. I'm talking about guys who repair muscle so quickly that they're lean, limber, at their best playing weight all the time. They're always healthy.
Like
a pitcher here's the thing. Could possibly go back to back.
HGH.
A-Rod. Well, no, and a pitcher going back to back, I don't think that's realistic, but maybe 3 days instead of 5.
Ever, if they figured it out to a point on the pro level,
you could take it down to once every 4 days.
You get to once every 3 to 4 days is really realistically what you get to if you do it right, because there is just so much damage and so much work that goes into the arm muscles when a pitcher throws a game, especially when
I won't argue. I think pitching is the hardest thing to do in all of pro sports. Period.
I would turn it around and say hitting a baseball probably, but
hell yeah,
it's pitching is second only to hitting, and that's
the only reason I say that is pitching is more damaging. pitching does more damage to the
Yes.
body over time than hitting does.
I mean,
because you're doing
physical toll. I will give you yes.
Yes.
Pitching is more damaging to the body. Yeah, I'll give you that. But
Probably throw
when you
NFL
look
safety in there.
so like look
That'd be
at
third.
and here's the thing: as many jokes as I make about A-Rod, as a Red Sox fan, it's actually I'm morally obligated to. I get emailed a list every day of different ones I can
like
make.
you said, it's A-Royd.
It's A-Royd. You're right. That's always the top of the list. That's just safe every day. But when you look at A-Rod, if you look at his build over the course of his career, there wasn't a dramatic change. He did get more tone. He did bulk up a little bit, but it wasn't anything that was drastic. And based on available information and especially the investigation that was done on his steroid usage when he got caught the second time and it was found out that there was this whole elaborate scheme, he was pretty much juicing the whole time.
The thing that kills me though,
But
particularly in the case of Barry Bonds, he didn't even need it.
No,
He didn't need it to be Barry Bonds from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be Barry Bonds from Pittsburgh. He wanted
to be
power
something else.
hitting.
If
He wanted to be
he
power
wasn't-
hitting.
Something else. Yeah.
I kind of agree with that. If he hadn't have juiced, we wouldn't be talking about Barry Bonds like we do.
But
We'd be talking about him as one of the best to play the game.
Dude, I think
He
he's the greatest
is.
hitter of all time. I think he's the greatest
He
offensive
is.
player
We
that's ever
would,
played the
and
game.
I'm not saying
I
that.
do too.
But
Here's
had
the
he
thing,
been not out there breaking records, we wouldn't
There's-
be talking to him.
Here's the thing that frustrates me about Barry Bonds not being in the Hall of Fame. And if you really want to look at something interesting, the site that I personally use for looking up stats when it comes to sports is I use statmuse.com. Go look at Barry Bonds' career year by year through his entire career.
Bro.
Okay. First of all, something to keep in mind for those of you that are not aware, in 1992, Barry Bonds signed the single largest one-year contract in baseball history at the time at $4.15 million. There are guys that fight to get that now.
Yep.
And this was before any alleged steroid use already began. You can look at his numbers. We'll say from 95, from the beginning of his career to 95, because 95 is when the steroid era begins, according to, who the fuck ever decided.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
But you can look at his numbers up to 95, just for argument's sake. That is still a Hall of Fame career.
Bro.
He didn't need it, man.
1993, guys. I'm about to read you 1993 right now. He hit 311 with 46 homers and 29 stolen bases, had a 1136 OPS.
Damn.
Wasn't that
in 1993?
Was that not the year? Was that not the contract he signed for $41 million for 7 years? Was that the one that they called him They called him the like $40 million man.
No, he signed a 1-year contract that year, or the year before that. 92.
Well, no, the contract he signed, I don't think, no, that contract that he signed where he got all of that money over 7 years, that was later. That was actually,
That's a
the only reason
Giant contract.
I'm listening to the Boy Meets World.
yeah, he was that. That was
I
a.
thought
The
it was
only
a
reason
Giants
I asked,
contract.
I'm listening to the Boy Meets World podcast, and they just did the episode, and they talk about Bonds signing that contract, calling him the $40 million man. And the only thing, I just listened to the podcast, and then they're talking about Mike Trout, who's almost making what Bonds made for 7 years, is almost making that in a year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No,
Thing, Bonds to me, Bonds never needed it. That's just me.
Well, and here's the thing, and here's the reason. So, other players were juicing in the hopes of doing on steroids what Barry Bonds was doing without it, and so to scale and keep his production at a level where it should be in comparison with these nut sacks, he had to take that next step up. But you even had a lot of guys that were using, they couldn't put steroid numbers up, or they couldn't put stats up that mirrored what he was doing before he started juicing,
Right.
Allegedly. So
We'll be careful there.
Allegedly, right? Because
Yeah,
they're
we'll be
officially
careful
Barry
there,
Bonds.
yeah.
Actually, so it's interesting. Officially, Barry Bonds never tested positive.
He
Nope.
didn't. He didn't. It's just
Nope.
speculation. But
Nope.
obviously, we all fucking know, guys.
I mean,
right. But there's only like 7. There's only like 3 or 4 members of the 300 club. So 300 homers, 300 stolen bases. Right. I think there's 4
Right.
members. Right. Some of the fucking greatest have ever played. There is nobody in the 400-400 club or the 500-500 club besides Barry fucking Bonds is in the 700 home run, 500 stolen base club by himself. There is only 4 guys in the 300-300 club. In 2004, Barry Bonds had a 609 on base percentage.
So there are 7.
609.
There are 7, Dick.
That's amazing. That's
Okay.
amazing.
But actually, no, there are 6 because Barry actually is on there twice. Because he ranks 1 for his 762, but then they give him number 2 spot for his actual 332 to get him in that.
Wow. He doubled over.
He
doubled the group over.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 is Andre Dawson, 438.
Shout out to Andre.
Steve Finley at 304. Willie Mays at 660. These are just home runs. It's all I'm listing.
Right.
Alex A-Rod is number 6 at 626. And Reggie is 7 at 305.
Reggie Jackson. Mr. Homer.
Mr. October.
No, it's Reggie Sanders.
Reggie Sanders.
Reggie
Okay.
Sanders.
Okay.
The toughest one is Reggie
Reds.
Sanders although many forget about Finley too, is what it says.
Dude, Steve Finley was underappreciated for his time. He was one
Badass.
hell of a player and a core of that World Series Diamondbacks team.
Yeah.
Go back and look at the numbers for that season. He was irreplaceable on that roster.
Those guys, OBPs are 0.44, 0.353, 0.323, 0.32, 0.384, 0.386, and 0.343.
Bro, Barry Bonds OBP on base percentage for his career 444.
Yeah, that's the first one.
That's just
Barry's are 444 and 0.353 are the 2 that got him on this list.
And that's the thing is and that's why it frustrates me that Barry Bonds does not get the credit he deserved, because he had a stellar career and was one of those guys that used just so that he wasn't just barely ahead anymore. He was even more ahead. And we also can't forget as baseball fans that we need to let go of this, because the steroid era saved baseball.
Yes.
Yeah, it did.
I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, baseball fans that have a stick up your ass. The steroid era saved baseball.
Yes.
You should be speaking just as loudly for Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds to get into the Hall of Fame. Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, at least let him go see it. Like,
Right.
I mean,
Sosa belongs. Sosa should be in.
belongs in the Hall of Fame too.
Sosa had a run there, 7. What was it? Early 2000s.
Yeah, there was
it was
right
after
98.
Had
over. Yeah,
60 home runs. I think it was 3 years in a row or 4 years in a row. 60 plus.
Stupid numbers.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is that era saved baseball.
Yep. It was dying.
So
it was dying.
It was, and it was because a lot of the reason why the steroid era seems to start in 95 is that was the first full season after the lockout in 94, where they didn't have a World Series that year. And so viewership from 95 until the Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa home run battle. And what was that? 2000, was that 98, 99?
98. Yep.
98. Okay. So those 3 years, like the numbers were low enough that baseball was on its last breath. And then we started to see a surge in viewership when the long ball returned. And you saw Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire battle it out the entire season for who was going to, who was going to end the season with more and break that record.
Yep.
And then, of course, Barry Bonds would do his, and what was it, 2004, if I remember
2003.
2003. Or 2003, sorry, 2003.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
There was the steroid era got the ball jumping again. It got the ball jumping again. And people started watching baseball. Sponsors started coming back to baseball. Money started coming back to baseball. If those things don't happen, we don't have baseball today.
I have a question for you.
So real quick,
was MLB upper offices in on the steroids, or were they just turning a blind eye because they knew it was going to be successful? They knew about those 2 guys. You couldn't not know about Mark McGwire doing steroids.
Here's the thing though. So prior to 2003, and this is one thing that everybody should be aware of with the history of the steroid era. So prior to 2003, there was zero enforcement on banned substances.
Facts.
Like they were checking for hard drugs and weed.
You never check for steroids.
But they weren't checking for these other banned substances that were in the CBA the whole time. So in 2003, they did a survey of all players because they had decided then that they were going to start testing the next year. And players were allowed to anonymously, or they were allowed to admit to using banned substances as it was a survey. What was it called?
I think it's called the McNamee report.
McNamara report, something like that.
Yeah.
McAfee report. It's something like that. Yeah. And I spent so long, I can't remember. But
over half.
This report listed all of the players that voluntarily confessed to using performance enhancing drugs. David Ortiz's name was on that report. That's why a lot of people connect him with steroid use. But he never tested positive.
He still made it into the Hall.
And he got in the Hall. He was first ballot.
And
this is one of the things, like as a Sox fan, like I do believe that what David Ortiz did as a DH deserved recognition, and he should be in the Hall.
Steroids either.
And, but at the same time, I don't feel that it's right that David Ortiz gets in when Barry Bonds deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He deserved to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And I think it's disrespectful to the game of baseball that Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, and Shoeless Joe are not in the fucking Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And Pete Rose is a hitter. I get people are salty about that. We can talk about that separately and discuss it. But Shoeless Joe, Barry Bonds, and Roger Clemens should be in the fucking Hall of Fame.
They should be in there.
Dude.
So I did want to, I found a updated list. It was Bobby Bonds. There was a typo in that first list.
I forgot about his daddy. His daddy was good too.
Oh yeah, Bobby. Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby was awesome.
But there's an eighth player on the list now. Can anybody name him? He has 435 home runs, 312 stolen bases.
Okay, hang on. Give me a second. That's got to be fucking. Is it?
What's his name?
No, Mickey just got 500.
It's Sammy Sosa.
No.
He's active still.
No, he's not active.
He's not active.
He's the last retired player that's on the list. He retired in 2017.
Did he play for the Yankees?
He may also have an issue getting into the Hall, but not for steroids.
Did he play for the Yankees?
Yes, he did.
What's his name? Dang it! It's on the tip of my tongue.
It's A-Rod.
Curtis Granderson.
I said A-Rod. A-Rod was on the
Curtis
list.
Granderson. Oh. Curtis Granderson.
Carlos Beltran.
Beltran.
Yeah.
His name was right. Yep. Drunk got it. Good job, Drunk.
Good job, Drunk.
Good job, man. Good job, Drunk.
Thank you for joining us, by the way. And didn't Beltran play for the Royals for a little bit? Started his career.
He started with the Royals.
He started with the Royals.
I
knew he played for the Yankees.
Mm-hmm. He went to the Yankees later.
Yeah.
And then the Mets, he was with for the longest period of time, I believe.
Houston, the year he retired.
The Astros.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was kind of a journeyman.
He was on the team that won the ring.
2004, guys. Barry Bonds walked a major league record 232 times in one season.
Mm-hmm.
He got intentionally walked 120 times.
That's the ultimate.
That's the all-time career. That's the all-time record.
That's the ultimate sign right there.
609 on base.
And here's the thing:
they don't even want you to take it. They don't even want you to take a shot. They don't even want you to take a shot. Yeah.
The last point I want to talk about one other thing. So I'm going to make a last point on this. I'll give everybody else a shot. We're going to talk about one more thing. There is, when you look at steroids and what they do, and this was something that I wasn't aware that Dan actually taught me, that the key piece behind steroids is that it helps with your recovery, your muscle recovery after going through the physical activity. The steroids do not help you see the ball better.
No.
They
may give you some extra strength to hit that ball, but you still have to.
You still have to make contact. You have to make contact.
This was my thing, and I think Dan, you've said this before. This is kind of how A-Rod was doing it in the end. He was doing it more like
recovery.
well, I'm trying to think of the athlete, bicyclist.
Oh, Lance Armstrong.
Oh, that's
Armstrong.
Armstrong.
He's
Yeah,
For
yeah,
muscle
yeah.
endurance.
Armstrong. Doping.
Yeah.
Not so much to have the physical, like,
It's microdosing.
strength part. It's just to make it so instead of it taking me a week to recover, it takes me 3 days.
Those sore
Right.
muscles are over
Yes.
sooner.
And here's the thing: if you allow, regulated
for
use
sure.
among athletes, we will reduce muscle injuries dramatically. Soft tissue injuries reduced dramatically.
But
You're still
they
going to
need-
have
they need
contact injuries. So like the NFL and the NBA, you're still going to see more injuries there. You're still going to see injuries there more than you would baseball because of the contact. But baseball, most of your injuries then will be contact
Well,
because
hell,
of the
you
bad
know-
slide or falling while running for a ball or something like that. That improves the game exponentially because, like, Chris Sale, pitcher for the Boston Red Sox, has pitched 19 games for Boston since he signed a huge ass contract in 2019.
Sad.
Dude's making and so because of that, Boston fans, sports fans, haven't gotten to see an amazingly talented pitcher because now like right now he's out because of a bike accident and while he was recovering from his pinky being or his finger being broken when getting hit by a comeback.
First start.
Second
Start back.
Those are freak injuries. But if you look at some of the other injuries that he's had that have been muscle and soft tissue, imagine being able to incorporate steroids and to help with the recovery after Tommy John surgery. Imagine losing somebody at the end of the season because they need to go to Tommy John, and instead they're back by mid-season and still
That away, drunk.
back by mid-season of the next year.
We're all coming
instead
around to
of
the good
missing
ideas
an
now.
entire seasoning.
Hell.
That screws over teams. That robs fans. That robs those players. Those guys don't want to. Most of them don't want to just soak up a paycheck. They play baseball because they fucking love playing the game.
Hell, you might as well give Julio Jones a bunch of steroids. That's his whole career. Soft tissue injuries.
And
Exactly.
His whole career.
to play devil's advocate, guys, this is why we say do it properly as well.
Right,
David Boston is a perfect example. Do you guys remember David Boston went to
Yep.
Ohio State wide receiver?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Mhm.
He started doing HGH because it wasn't on the
Yeah.
banned substance list almost immediately. And he was with San Diego his
He was
second year in the league.
huge.
He was 275 pounds and he ran a 4.3.
Huge.
And what happened
Huge.
is he snapped his Achilles tendon 2 years in a row because your tendons do not grow with that muscle. So you're growing muscle on top of those tendons and stuff. He took it to a whole new level, and where he was cutting and he would cut and all that weight would be too much for his tendons and they would snap.
And just snap.
That's
Right.
too much. That's building muscle on top. That's HGH, like where your head gets bigger and everything. I think Bonds was doing HGH because obviously you could tell his head got wider and stuff. He actually
Right.
looked different, and that's where your intestines get bigger and everything. Like everything gets bigger besides your bones and your tendons. So there's a proper way to do it. Like basically just to do it for quicker recovery, so that soft tissue injuries and tendon or ligament injuries don't happen. Like it would happen a lot with
You're not
ligaments.
doing continuous
muscles.
cycles. You're doing half or quarter cycles.
Microdose.
just to push through. Microdosing.
Take them like I
Is
take mushrooms.
essentially-
Real quick. let me
Probably
go ahead and
slightly
get-
less frequently in that.
Real quick, let me go ahead and get everybody caught up on these scores real quick. I'm getting even more delirious over here. Braves widen the lead against my Mets 7-1.
Hold on,
Twins
really
beat-
quick. I want to talk about this really quick. So the starting pitcher for the Braves tonight, Spencer Strider. If you go back, absolute stud, rookie pitcher.
Yep.
So he is a rookie pitcher, and he is actually my pick for NL Rookie of the Year.
I
Right.
have a lot of his rookie cards.
Look at you,
Good.
all evil.
And
Yeah, that's good,
and-
Spencer Strider. Make my rookie cards worth something.
And so I want to talk about this. So Spencer Strider tonight and keep in mind that he did only pitch 4 innings because of, no, I think it was more than, no, that's not right. He pitched 5 innings. But there was also a 1-hour rain delay in that game.
Yeah.
He only gave up 3 hits and 1 run, 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. This is a rookie against one of the best hitting lineups in baseball, the best team in the National League right now. He had and he has a ERA right now over the course of his year. This was his 14th start. He's played in 22 games. He has an ERA of 3.04. His whip is around, or because of today, probably dropped just below 1. For those of you that aren't aware, whip stands for walks and hits per innings pitched. This is like your golf score. You want this number to be as fucking low as possible. And the other thing to remember is when it comes to your ERA, for any of your starting pitchers, you want them sub 4, sub 3.5 is ideal for your starters. And he is meeting all of that requirement as a rookie in the National League, which is arguably has some stacked lineups.
7. His MLB comp would be Justin Verlander, correct? He's like a young Justin Verlander. He's got the big legs. He's about 6'5". He's got that. It's like he's a power right-hander.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
He pitches downhill, overhand, 3/4.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a pretty accurate thing. And here's the thing. For those of you that don't know, Verlander is working on a Cy Young season. Again, right.
Juicing like a motherfucker.
Look at Josie.
Bullshit.
Juicing like a motherfucker.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, for the sheer fact that it's almost impossible to get away with it now.
Really?
It is, obviously.
Really?
Tatis just got busted.
Fernando Tatis rubbed somebody the wrong way, buddy.
Yeah,
Fernando Tatis ruffled some feathers in the MLB office is why he got fucking jammed.
What did he get, Dan? 80 games?
80 games.
He
is
games.
out.
That's standard first defense.
Yeah.
Yep. Right out the door. Can't play in the playoffs. So it's 80 regular season games. So if the Padres make the playoffs, he can't play in those games, but they don't count towards his suspension. So he goes to the next season with the same thing. Yep. He will miss the first 42 games the next season. But the Padres, I think, make it to the second round. I think they make it to the divisional round. They are a wild card team, but I think they make it to the divisional round because the moves picking up Soto and Josh Hader were huge for that roster. And I think I don't think that they're not ready for a World Series run, but they'll make some noise in the postseason. But I want to Spencer Strider really quick. Watch this kid pitch. For those of you that can, go back and watch some highlights from tonight. This is a young pitcher to watch. I have him picked as my rookie of the year above even some of the great rookie hitters in the National League because he is that fucking good.
Good Spencer Strider.
Oh, evil ass.
Yes, make all my rookie cards worth a lot of money, Spencer Strider. Good.
Yes.
Good.
Good.
Good. You know that scene in Wizard of Oz with the witch over the fucking crystal ball? That's me. Yes, good, Spencer Strider. Hey, Josie, Bagwell and Craig Biggio juicing like a motherfucker.
Oh, fuck yes.
Bagwell juicing like a motherfucker.
Bagwell was built like a brick shithouse.
Lance
There's
Berkman.
no way that motherfucker wasn't juicing.
Lance Berkman juicing like a motherfucker.
Damn.
Yes.
All right. Twins over Royals 42. Rangers over the Oakland A's 2-1. White Sox over Astros 42.
Oh
Yeah!
Fuck yeah! Go White Sox!
Those games
except for Tony La Russa. Fuck Tony La Russa.
Those games are still being played.
How is he still?
We got the
Wait. Then what's the inning in the White Sox Astros game?
White Sox Astros top of the ninth.
Over.
What's the score?
Right now it's 42.
Unless Jose Altuve's juicing ass is gonna fucking.
Jose Altuve doesn't juice. He has a signal thing on his chest for where the pitch is gonna go. Pay attention to all the fucking conspiracy theories, Dan.
Bro,
what the fuck? Be a professional here.
Damn.
Jose Altuve looks like a 6'1" Hispanic guy who they just crunched down into 5'6". Like they took him and just like crunched him into like a smaller package. Like his forearms are like 6 inches wide. He looks like fucking Popeye.
Dodgers beating Brewers. Dodgers beating Brewers 4-0. Mariners beating Angels 2-1. Bottom of the third, there's no score between D-backs and Giants. Now these scores are final. Guardians over the Tigers 4-1. Then they had a makeup, and it's final. The Tigers beat the Guardians in the makeup 7-5.
Yeah,
Phillies beat the Reds 4-3. Marlins beat the Padres 3-0.
Marlins beat the Projects.
Projects.
Well,
the Project.
That's great.
Yes, they beat the
Miami
Projects.
Marlins.
Yes, they beat the Projects.
Miami Marlins.
I just want to say that if it was me that made that mistake, we would get canceled. But because it was a black guy, it's cool.
Because it was me. Because it was me. It was me
Will gets to play both sides of the fence.
I get to play
I don't
both
think it's
sides of the
fair.
fence because I'm a light skinned, beautiful
Biracial
man.
angel.
Damn it.
That's that
'Cause I'm a
biracial
light
angel.
skinned, beautiful man. Damn it. Rays beat Yankees 4-0.
Yes, fuck the Yankees.
Oh,
Real quick.
Hold on. The Yankees are
Can't
crumbling.
hear you down there. Can't hear
and
you.
really are.
he's just mad because the Astros are really about to beat the Yankees in the AL
For
with the
best record, this means nothing, guys. Like the Yankees are on cruise control right now. We're going postseason all day. That's all that matters to us.
and then they're out in
You
the
guys
first
understand.
round.
We'll see.
The Yankees are crumbling quicker than a politician with Monica Lewinsky under their podium.
Oh,
Dude, I'm telling you.
I'm going way back with that one.
He's going way back.
Can't be more of an adrenaline rush than getting blown in front of 300 million people. You know what I'm saying? There really can't be any more.
Orioles defeat the Blue Jays 73 and the Twins. Orioles defeat the Blue Jays 73 and the Twins beat the Royals 42.
Really quick, respect to the Orioles for their resurgence. They need to start losing again because I need Boston to get back up into wild card contention.
But
respect for the Jays.
They're 60 and 55 right now.
Baltimore has played very well. They have played good baseball since the break.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, a Jenga. I was going to say, a 9/11 tower is what I was going to go with, and I thought he was going to go with.
That's where I thought he was going. I thought he was, the Yankees are crumbling quicker than a twin tower.
Their recent struggles are more disastrous than 9/11. Yeah. We just go all the way there, guys. It's
it's been one hell of a baseball season, though. I ain't gonna say
it has. This season's been very up and down.
Because there's really, you take that Yankees run away, and it's like there's really.
The Mariners had a solid run earlier this year before the break, and they had that 17-win streak. The Cardinals have had a couple of good runs this year. The Yankees have had a good run or two this year. The Dodgers have been coming back really well. I think the Dodgers are going to struggle a little bit more in the postseason now with the fact that they just lost Walker Buehler he's having a procedure done on his elbow.
I'll admit it, the Stros have been struggling for like the last just about a month.
And they're not. We were talking about it before. The Mets are struggling right now. They haven't been doing as well, and the Braves are on a tear. So we may still see that division change. I didn't think we would, but I mean, we've got to leave it up in the air now.
They're about to pick up a full game. That's going to be what? Mets will be 4 up. So
Yep, that closes the gap. That's what you want. If you're a Braves fan, you want a sweep in this season because that gets you that much closer to being able to hopefully have a little bit better positioning and more control over your postseason. All
right, appreciate all the baseball talk, Seven. Thank you for getting us caught up in the world of the MLB. Josie, let's go ahead and talk some wrestling.
The first thing I want to talk about tonight, Will brought it up in our chat. I think I said it last week either on Fight Night or on this show.
Huh? You did say it.
It was either on Fight Night or on this show last week. Roman Reigns will not walk out of Clash of the Castle as the dual champion. It is being reported by WWE from Dave Meltzer that he will not walk out of that match as dual champion. From what Will posted earlier today, they're saying that it could. It's not worth the paper it's printed on, but nice.
Who is that?
That's Nia Jax. That's The Rock's cousin.
That's The Rock's cousin.
Is it not? Cousin, I mean, it's at a 199. Look,
she was beautiful before she gained
serial number.
The problem is she's no longer with the WWE, and she's known for hurting people.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It's 99 cents. I mean, I'm gonna have to get a real gym.
Like I said, she was beautiful before she did that to herself.
What the report said is that
I wouldn't smash
three ways that it could happen.
No, I wouldn't. Heck no.
Well, we all know Vince has been there.
I don't know if Vince probably did, but Will won't. I don't mess with them Lizzo sizes, cuz. No, sir.
Vince takes Cialis.
Oh, yeah.
He looks like a guy who takes Cialis.
Vince keeps Cialis in business.
Yeah.
But there's 3 ways possibly that they're reporting this could happen. One we all know is Drew wins one of the. Drew wins and they split the title.
Don't want Drew to win.
I really think the second one, this one right here, they're gonna end up making this a 3-way with Killer Cross or with Karrion Kross.
Yeah, God.
That's the only way I see this working.
God no.
And
and you know who loses? You know who loses on all this? Because while I was tired of the bloodline, and I've been saying that since recently on this show and others, the fans lose. I can't stand Cross. I don't like Drew. You're stuck. You're stuck. The only good part about Karrion Kross is Scarlett. Now Scarlett's a bad egg.
I mean, I disagree with you there. I think
unless I'm gonna interrupt your panicking here. You know, as fans, we have to be a little optimistic right now. Because Triple H has taken over creative, and we have already seen an improvement in what's going on. And I think that is playing into this decision that Roman Reigns isn't going to have both titles.
Well, there's 2 things here. USA Network has complained they don't like not having a title on their show, a set title for their show. That's what really is making this happen. But I think it's also Triple H understands that there was never any reason they should have joined these titles. Vince does that when he wants a person to see. He wanted Reigns to be the top guy. And the only way he was going to do that is if he held both titles.
Now, Josh, let me ask you this. Josie, let me ask you this. Do you think they do the same with the tag team titles?
If he splits the titles, there's no point not to. Right. The only reason the Usos are the undisputed tag champions is to be in the bloodline with him as the undisputed champion.
Right.
If they split the title, there's no reason not to.
Guys, I can't unsee Nia Jax now as Rock's cousin. It looks exactly like him, dude.
Just like him.
Minus that hair out.
She was a beautiful woman. Like I said, she was
about
a
to
beautiful
people's
woman
elbow
before she gained all that
somebody.
weight. She was a beautiful woman before she gained all that weight.
Look at that.
She was a baddie.
That's a brood.
She was a baddie before she gained all that weight, man.
She was a baddie.
Yeah.
But this would be a prime opportunity to shake up a storyline somewhere and put somebody in a position that we don't expect. Somebody gets a shot. Somebody comes back that we didn't know was actually coming back.
Nia Jax.
I mean, that was Karrion, and that's why I think they put the title on him, because he was a total surprise. Boy. He was literally in an indie match. He was in Ric Flair's last match 3 days before, or less than a week prior to him debuting on SmackDown. Again.
That dude is straight trash. If you bring him out, it's because of Scarlett. That's why you do it. Scarlett will sell the hell out of him.
But
that's why you do it.
Possible Bray Wyatt return. Not a bad idea.
I would love to see that.
The next thing I wanted to talk about. This was the next thing I wanted to talk about. Is supposedly he is already. There's multiple rumors here that go from they've reached out, they've talked to him. He might be more willing to come back now that Vince is gone, or he's already re-signed and they're just looking for the right moment.
If you do it if you put that title on Bray, you know how many people he would bring back to WWE.
There's not enough time to bring Bray back in and build him and make.
Oh, not right now. Not
legitimate enough.
Not in this.
I'm just looking at right now. I'm just looking at the split of the title. How are they going to split it? In my head, the only way I really see it is it goes on Chiron. That's the only way I see it. It's the only, because he can continue a feud with Drew. Him and Drew they've had a great feud in NXT before. So they can continue their feud. Roman can go on to the next.
I mean, he's not going to drop that SmackDown.
But the third option is Austin Theory in the way.
You talked about that last week.
They said there's 3 options. 1, it's either Drew. 2 is Karrion, or Austin Theory. Those are your 3 choices.
You talked about that last week. And that'd be a good way for Theory.
If you want more wrestling news, make sure you tune in to me and Will tomorrow night. On Fight Night, we'll be talking about everything going on in wrestling,
including the Ajax.
So, guys, let me get this straight. Vince McMahon is still having sex with some of the men?
Damn.
Or not?
Damn.
Is he doing that still?
The new guys still have to go on the mustache ride. But the existing guys have to get fucked by him less and less. Instead, now they're getting fucked by Triple H, and they like it because there's more muscles involved, and he likes to cuddle a little bit more after.
Next question is, how much does it take for you to suck? I'm just kidding.
And on that note,
what do you got to do?
And on that note,
all right, you guys.
I have a surprise, Josie. I have a surprise for you.
I'm gonna.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and move on to the. Ooh.
You're it's not Corona, it's not the actual box, but I put some cards in here for you since you were
cool.
I've sent everybody else cards except for you.
I was feeling a little left out.
This actually says Josie's cards on it. See that?
Oh,
it's already in the packaging.
I was thinking the other day when I saw Will got his, I was like, man, I'm feeling left out.
There's a WWE.
Right, don't worry.
Hey, there's a WWE box inside of this that all the cards are in. So it's a lot of WWE shit and all that stuff. Because I buy WWE cards too.
I'll be honest, Dan, you'll have given me my first ever WWE trading card. I've never had one.
Yeah, they're awesome. Hey, Will's leaving out a huge part of this thing where I sent him. I spent a lot of time on the packaging, and the packaging literally had the reason it's those two cards. It's an MJ card and a LeBron card. And the MJ card was on the right and the LeBron card was on the left. And there was a greater than sign in the middle of the packaging that was on LeBron. And he left it out. He didn't even take a picture of it.
I
think I got a picture of it.
My son saw that and died laughing.
I think I got a picture of it. But yeah, it was very intricate.
And that's
that's how we passive aggressively argue behind the scenes. Is we just send each other fucking trading cards in artfully decorated packages just to troll each other.
Just to troll each other. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move into the next segment. The NBA is gonna get you caught up on everything going down in the association. Let's go, guys.
Man, I got a Linkin Park vibe off of that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Heard that.
Yeah.
I just heard
I don't know why.
I was getting ready to bust it out. Like,
which one am I? Am I Chester or am I Mike? I think I'm more of a
Mike.
Chester.
Definitely.
Oh,
Mike.
really? Okay, all right. Sweet.
Definitely. Mike.
Sweet, I'm the rapping guy.
You're the drug dealer in the green room. Stop.
Yes.
If there's anybody in this group that's Chester, it's this person right here.
He does his drug deals behind. He does his drug deals behind Walmart.
And then Will's the weird Asian keyboardist.
Yes, I'm the weird Asian keyboardist. Yes.
Yeah, that means I'm Mike and I get to rap. Fuck yeah, let's go.
So just because I'm looking for content at this point.
Talk about KD.
I trolled. Well, KD's just.
He kind of.
Hey guys,
he kind of played.
KD like he runs everybody around him like it's a fucking puppet show. Like he has them all on strings and he likes it. He likes to do that, and that's pretty much the main story with KD. If you haven't figured that out yet, he loves all of that stuff. He loves to give us content as well. I also trolled Will and Gene today, which I'm going to start doing on a regular basis.
Gene didn't respond.
To the start of the NBA season.
I know of. Gene didn't respond that I know
of. About LeBron being the GOAT. So I've now said LeBron on every show.
On every show
that we've ever done. I've ever done. I've said Braun. I'm just going to start throwing it into the middle of my name so I can just, like, when you introduce me, it just gets it out of the way.
Dan LeBron.
So we're just keeping that up.
Dan LeBron Dick.
Little French fella. Little French fella. LeBron.
Damn.
Little French fella. I was trolling him today. That's all I was going to say is I sent him some pictures of some dudes who played in the 80s and 90s. Because I was looking through some older cards, and it's hilarious, man. The almost ball height shorts and like the knee pads, like it literally reminds me of like dudes in the YMCA with like fucking wristbands on and shit, like just dudes going white chocolate and just shooting jump hooks.
We ain't gonna see him disrespect Jason Williams.
Is what
now.
the
Come
entire.
on now. We ain't gonna see him disrespect. Hey, Hey,
I love Jay Will.
We ain't gonna say it disrespect Jason Williams now. Come on, man.
I'm gonna disrespect Jason Williams, Will,
Jason
because
Williams
here's
was
why.
awesome before he got
Jason
hurt.
Williams was a flashy point guard. That's
was awesome
all
before he
he
got
ever
hurt.
did was flash. He just flashed
Hey.
real quick. He was like a shooting star.
Hey, it
was
wasn't
like
his fault. It wasn't just his fault he couldn't get past the Lakers.
Did you know that Randy Moss and Jason Williams were high school teammates
Now that I
in
didn't
basketball?
know.
You did
That I
not know
didn't
that.
know.
Randy Moss and Jason Williams graduated the same year from Rand, West Virginia High School in West Virginia.
But I
And-
love Jason. But I love
Yeah.
Jason Williams.
Randy
It-
Moss
it-
was the second-rated basketball player in the state of West Virginia.
yeah.
On top of being
So-
number one football.
but I
You
love
want
Jason
to
Williams
talk
back
about
in the day.
things that like make you a little upset? A guy I went to high school with just retired from the NFL this past week. Danny
Damn.
Amendola.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
That's awesome. I mean,
Hey, but Dana was all right though.
He was a douchebag.
Well, in terms
I'm
of
sure he was.
I didn't know him personally, but from his NFL career, he was okay.
he had a good NFL
He had a
career.
niche. He had a
He
niche.
did. He had a great NFL
Had a
career.
good, had
I
a
mean,
good
good
career.
NFL
it-
Had a little
and
niche.
don't
but
get me
yeah.
wrong. As much as I say he was a douchebag, I had him on my fantasy team several years.
Well, Josie,
Good
I mean,
player.
you
Good
can look
player.
forward to the fact that he's probably going to get CTE. So that's that's there, and you can all the douchebaggery. will just get paid
don't
back.
feel
Jesus
bad.
Christ.
Hey
And
Josie,
something
don't
like
feel
that.
bad. Don't feel bad. Deshaun Watson was on my free agent list, and I let go of Tyler Higbee and picked him up. So don't feel bad.
Deshaun Watson is on a lot of massage therapist free agent lists at this point. Like they're just wanting.
So, hey,
like
we'll talk about that in football, but yeah.
let's talk about how much salary a lot of those women lost. Like honestly, if I'm
Or how
I'd
much-
be pissed.
lost or gained
Might have gained, but long
what
run,
you lost, you got back in a lawsuit.
if they
or the
keep
settlement.
doing it, if they keep doing what they were doing for him, though, long run they might have made more.
True.
Just saying,
True.
and it's not,
true.
and it's spread out because I always just
Right.
spend money. If somebody's going to give me a lump sum of money, it's gone.
Right. Well, like I keep saying,
Like spread it out.
But like I keep saying, you're at that point in life, you can just one person and let that be your person. That's it.
Right, $1,000 a time,
Yeah.
$1,000 a week.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude! You could literally live your entire life like that, and all you got to do is beat
Half
off a
the
track
time-
baton.
Yep. Half the time you ain't doing shit. No way.
That's it.
That's it.
But, hey,
massage, and the rest.
We
of
might
it.
be onto something here.
We might be onto something. I might.
Where's
be in the
Meryl?
wrong
Where's
for
Meryl
something.
Streep when you need her? Does Meryl need a massage therapist?
Yes. Does Scarlett Johansson need a massage therapist?
She's not gonna want. I'm talking about older women who might want us to massage them. Will Scarlett has enough, Hollywood
Go
men
get
probably.
go get you some Chelsea Handler. She could probably use a little.
Dude,
So is that
I
all
would-
for NBA.
Dude,
Voluntarily.
Chelsea,
Evan,
yeah.
voluntarily.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whitney
Yes.
Cummings.
So is
Watch
that
it
all for the
voluntarily.
NBA, Dan.
But Dan, let me get back to you. The thing that kills me with this whole thing with KD is the fact that he wants to, and as you said, he's running strings. He's trying to own the situation, despite the fact that this man still has signed a 4-year deal, has not given any return to the Brooklyn Nets in terms of a championship or a good playoff run.
Yeah,
comment.
literally, he's not okay. So he's almost trying to follow kind of LeBron's thing where he's the GM or whatever, right? I think that's what he's kind of trying to do is he forces his way out. He runs the show. He clearly has control issues, right? But the thing is, to have those amounts
You
of
have to
power
have
within an
the
organization,
rings that come
you
with
gotta
it.
win. Exactly.
Mhm.
You
He's-
have to win. That saves
he played-
everything.
Every
Powers-
one of those rings that LeBron wears is a little bit of power.
He's won,
Yes.
and you got to get, and LeBron has won everywhere he's been.
And here's the thing, and here's when I look at KD and his recent statement about fire Steve Nash and fire the GM or trade me. Here's the thing, bro. You have no power.
Nope.
He has zero fucking power. All this is doing at this point is causing a fucking distraction in that locker room. The truth of the matter is, if that lineup with KD, Kyrie, Ben Simmons, and the rest of them get in sync, that is an NBA Finals championship team. He just needs to shut the fuck up and play. He always says he wants to just hoop, but he's behind the scenes running his fucking mouth. Jamie Foxx needs to shut up and hoop if that's what he wants to do, and let these other players do their job.
To play
Exactly.
devil's advocate, though, Seven, to play devil's advocate, I think, okay, so destruction leads to what? Creation, right? You destroy something, you scorched earth it, that makes new stuff, and you don't need to deal with any of the old stuff that's going on, right? He might be onto something in that fact that Ben Simmons needs a blow up, right? Ben Simmons was seen on the sideline with his gold chains on, looking like a fucking polka dotted puppet and shit. All right. He needs Ben Simmons needs all that blown up. Okay. Kyrie missing all those games because of COVID, blown up. KD might just be trying to blow this thing up right now and get everybody gone, wipe the slate clean, and then you come back with everybody new. And with KD in the driver's seat, he wants to be in the driver's seat and see how that works.
He's been in the driver's seat.
He's never been in the driver's seat. He's never been in the driver's seat. He clearly hasn't been because what do we know KD likes? Control, right? He likes to control things. He's not controlling things right now. That's why he's being like he is because
KD in control is what got that roster where it was with James Harden there.
KD in control got you Steve Nash as the head coach.
Exactly.
I don't think that's that true, guys. I think you guys are
and
I think you're overestimating how much power he has.
Listen, that GM getting him to sign that 4-year deal solidified that GM. Every piece outside of Ben Simmons, and I will give you Ben Simmons as the one out to this. Every other piece on that team right now was blessed by KD over the last 2 years. He has no fucking leg to stand on.
The mistake that we definitely know about was him vouching for DeAndre Jordan and thinking that DeAndre Jordan had years left in those legs, and there ain't a motherfucking month left in those legs. Okay,
so it wasn't just that, because he also said, "Oh, me and Harden, we can go together." And they were like oil and water from minute one.
And James Harden's legs might have left him as well. At the same time, James Harden don't work too hard. If you guys didn't realize that, he was just going off pure grind for a while. Like when he was in Houston, he was just so talented that he was getting by with it.
Talent.
When he needs to get older and stay in shape, he's going to be at the club a little bit too much.
And I think, and that's why I think so. I actually like the lineup better with Ben Simmons as long as Ben Simmons plays, and I will offer up that caveat. As long as Ben Simmons plays, I like that lineup with Ben Simmons more than James Harden because you can get more out of Ben Simmons on the scoreboard than you would James Harden. But here's the thing. And here's the thing. The Nets organization is taking the power that KD had away because this demanding a trade with 4 years left after everything that they have already done. It's absolutely ridiculous. And if you give him anything he wants at this point, it is going to impact the rest of the league and how these other veterans get treated and what they can get away with.
Bro, it's just a game of chicken at this point, though, because the blowback on the Nets, if Kevin Durant doesn't play, the blowback on the Nets from the public will be overwhelming to the point where they will have to cave if KD's going to stay stubborn about if Kevin Durant doesn't play next season in the NBA, I'm going to be fucking pissed off. And I don't even like Kevin Durant. All right. But I like watching Kevin Durant play
because it is clear now to a lot of NBA fans that Kevin Durant is asking for stuff that can't happen. There is no way that he would have been able to go to Phoenix or Miami. There was a slim chance of Miami, but there was really no way either one of those were going to happen. And here's the thing. The Nets as an organization are making the smart choice and saying, if we're going to move off of anybody, we are going to get what we should back in return. And nobody wants to put that kind of capital up for either Kyrie or KD.
The Lakers will.
The Lakers don't fucking have any capital.
In a 3-team trade, the Lakers absolutely have capital.
Yes, right. And if I add an extra 4 inches, I have an 8-inch dick. Guess what? It's not going to happen.
The biggest. What, you have 4 inches? What's 2 plus 4?
Hey,
that's the thing. All I'm saying is, KD makes the statement that he's going to leave Golden State and go to the Nets and earn one on his own. And it didn't happen. He has to ride this out. He does not have a choice. He's got at least 2 years before he has any chance
Right.
of
Seven.
Brooklyn moving on him.
You are
And if they
adorable.
and if they cave,
adorable.
if they cave, they are going to piss off the rest of the league. A lot of teams, one of the reasons a lot of teams don't want to make this trade is because they don't want the players to have this much power. It is a players' league, but it has gone too far.
Bro,
And they have to rein it back in. I'm telling you, it's
your
not
naivety
going to
is
happen.
adorable.
And if he sits, they are going to make him look so fucking bad.
Kevin
And
Durant.
and the only thing he's going to do,
No,
he's going to
he
be trying to talk
didn't.
trash on Twitter.
No, he didn't.
He's going to try and talk trash on Twitter. But this
Tyrese
is great,
Boots
KW.
and Harden Swiper.
There's just the Nets have all the power right now and no reason. If he wants to sit, great. They save that money that they're paying him. And they get
Seven,
to just pocket it.
Seven, I'm going to ignore the fact that you just said the Nets have all the power.
They do.
Really?
Boys, I got to jump off here.
Absolutely.
Y'all have a great rest of this argument. Y'all
All right,
Take care,
buddy.
Josie.
Have a good night,
See
Josie.
ya. Have a good
I'll
night,
have your
Josie.
cards in the mail.
Hold on that. I got to send you my new address. I'm moving.
Yes,
So-
I'm not going to send it until you have an address. I'm not just going to be like, hey, USPS, find this guy. I'll put a picture of you
Well,
on
I
the,
think
on
I
the
give
box.
He's
you
going to
the
get one of
place,
those Harry
but I'm
Potter
moving.
owls and have them find you and deliver it.
Yes.
That's what he's
Yeah.
going to do.
The box
That would
is
be amazing.
the picture is just going to be a troll. It's going to be one of those old troll dolls. It's going to be a troll. It's going to be like, find this guy. And they'll be like, oh, okay, I gotcha.
It really just needs to be a troll of the Grinch, and it'll happen. It'll happen.
A who?
A who from
I was going to
Whoville?
say that
Yep.
earlier. Yep.
With a snow cone on
All
his
right,
head.
man.
Yes.
All right, we got one more thing in the Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons,
Diego.
Diego.
Okay. Oh
In
my
boots?
gosh, man.
Wiper?
Oh my goodness.
So
But-
so is Dora from Canada? Or I never got where that's supposed to be. I'm just kidding. Go ahead. That's-
Send Josie a PS5 image. Hey, shout out to the dude that got conned for an Xbox Series 1X. I think it was a Series 1X on eBay. He paid $200 and they sent him an image. That's just
And it said in the fine print that it was just going to be an image of the
That's just
So,
freaking wrong,
bro. Hey, I'm all about the fine print now on eBay because it's
Exactly.
like I'm not trying to fuck people over, but like you do have to like put stuff in it and like you can't return it because you thought it was one thing. And then like I'm out shipping now because you didn't know what the fuck you were bidding on.
Right.
No, sorry. I'm putting red tape in the fuck. I'm not trying to fuck people over. I'm doing straight business, but some of these people are dumb, dude. Like they don't even look at the pictures. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
They don't look at the pictures. It's retarded.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
All right. Let's go ahead and move on from the NBA as we move on to the huddle, talk a little NFL. Then we're going to roll out here for the night. Let's go. NFL preseason is back, guys. Had a whole slate of games over the weekend. Got some questions answered. Some are still lingering out there. It's crazy to me because Jacksonville loses again. They ain't no shock, but they lose to the Browns. The Giants beat the Patriots like it was another Super Bowl.
That is their Super Bowl.
Ooh.
That's rough.
Baltimore beat the Titans. Their little winning streak going in the preseason. The Falcons get a win.
Man, I
Cardinals get a
love
win.
I love the Ravens' ability to win games that don't matter.
Yep.
And lose games that do.
Yep.
It's that's their legacy.
The 2007 the Giants Patriots thing, just real quick. 2007 was the only thing about that whole thing that really got to me, and it's because Randy Moss was on that 2007 Patriots roster. They were 18-0, and like, okay, so true or false statement for both you guys? True or false? Randy Moss is the GOAT wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
False.
The only argument is Jerry Rice.
That is my argument.
That's okay. That's the only
That's the only
argument.
one you can
and that's
have.
numbers. That's
Yeah.
numbers.
That's numbers
Yeah.
given. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna
That's
make.
the
I'm
only one
gonna
you can
make.
have though.
I'm gonna make a side.
I think it's him, Moss, T.O., and you go down the line.
Only because
I
of the
think even
numbers, though,
T.O.'s a little bit of reach.
Only because of numbers.
and longevity.
Yeah.
So LeBron's the greatest of all time, then?
Nope.
Oh, I'm sorry, Will. How does that equate?
Nope.
Because you just said that numbers make Jerry Rice the GOAT.
And that argument, yes.
Impact on the game makes Randy Moss the GOAT.
Go back to Jordan's productive. But go back to Jordan's productive 11 seasons. 11 seasons. He played all but 20 games twice. 11 and his he was very productive in his 11 healthy seasons that he played. 6 for 6. What more can you say with 6 MVPs? What more can you say? What can you say? In that argument, I'll say that. In that argument, I would say that. Because in that argument, but not with Jordan LeBron. I will not say that with Jordan personally.
Okay. Because LeBron is gonna be clearly, hands down, without a doubt, the GOAT numbers wise. He's gonna be the Jerry Rice numbers wise, because Jerry Rice has the most touchdowns outside of a quarterback thrown touchdowns
by far
of anybody by a long shot. He has 232 touchdowns.
By far, and was a start and was still a star at 40.
That is outrageous. So LeBron is very closely, if you want to do lineage in their careers, kind of similar because they're just longevity and like how good they were for that long, right? So numbers wise, Jerry Rice, if you're just going to go look at a stat sheet and nobody's ever seen the game, Jerry Rice is the GOAT of wide receivers, but we do get to see the games, right? And that's why I would flip it and say that LeBron's actually had more impact. And Jordan has the 6 for 6, which I would call his number, right? So he's got that number going for him. And LeBron's got 4 and 6. And that's his bad number. But anyway, Randy Moss, GOAT, wide receiver.
Yeah.
Because of his impact on the game. Go ahead.
I think his prime. Oh, hell yeah. But I'm just thinking when you got Rice and everything that Jerry Rice did overall and brought to his teams, I think he's the GOAT wide receiver.
So prior to the 2012 Denver Broncos, and I think one team since has scored more points in the season, but the 2012 Denver Broncos, the two teams who had scored the most points in an NFL season were the 2007 New England Patriots, that 18-1 team, and the 1998 Minnesota Vikings. The only player that was on both of those rosters was Randy motherfucking Moss. Yeah. And you know why those were the highest scoring offenses? Because they had to drop a second player to Randy Moss on every single play because he is unguardable one-on-one. That's all there is to it. You can't fucking guard him. There's nobody who could run with him. Dude, watch one of my favorite interviews of all time, D'Angelo Hall doing an interview about Randy Moss. We need to play it on the show sometimes because it is fucking hilarious. D'Angelo Hall, one of the fastest corners that's ever played in the NFL, is talking about Randy Moss, and he said, "I'm backpedaling, feeling good." He's like, I'm talking shit to him, blah blah. He's like, and he goes, "Let me tell you, Randy Moss is the real deal."
Well, he got another gear to him.
He goes, and it shows the clip, and D'Angelo Hall just turns around and acts like it's going to be a normal route. And he goes, he threw the hand up. I done heard about the hand. Dude, it's the greatest interview of all time. He's like, he threw the hand up. He's like, I thought we're about to jump for it. He goes, nope. He goes, I got a hand on him in the end zone, about 4 yards deep in the end zone. He goes, he just boom, right past me. It's one of the greatest interviews ever. But yeah, D'Angelo Hall was fast, dude. D'Angelo Hall was 4.2 fast.
Yeah.
And Randy Moss just blows right by him. Those strides, just right by him and catches it. And he goes, I got a hand on him in the end zone. He goes, scuff my knees up. But like, yeah, he just, like, it's great, but he would just beat anybody.
Definitely on Mount Rushmore. Most deaf. On Mount Rushmore.
Go.
Oh my gosh.
Go.
Oh my gosh. Definitely.
I know who my dick is for the week.
Because I didn't agree with him, I'm gonna be his dick of the week.
No, it's not you, Will.
Because I didn't agree.
It could be you every week, in my opinion. It's like LeBron. We're not just gonna keep giving MVPs even though he deserves them.
Let me ask you guys a question. Are we sleeping on the 49ers?
No. Trey Lance, you think Trey Lance is going to step in there and just be fucking Trey Lance is going to step in there and be Russell Wilson or what?
Trey Lance is not that guy. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying that he is, but if you look at that division, I think Arizona's going to be trash. I think the Seahawks are going to be trash. So we could possibly look at the 49ers as a wild card.
He could run.
They can go from there.
He could run. They could play defense, and he could play action pass them into the playoffs. Like I don't think he's going to make that jump though, just right out of the gate. You know what I'm saying? To be where he's stepping up and making huge plays. He's such an athlete as a quarterback that I don't think he was never there for like the mental side wasn't like what they were raving about. The 6'3", 4.5 40 at 240 pounds. You know, dominating physically was the thing they were pointing out.
The other thing is that you have to look at with the division that they are in. The Cardinals are not going to fuck around this year. I still think Cliff Kingsbury is a joke of a coach, but the Cardinals will be fighting for that division. Now, of course, you have the Rams, and that's the thing. Like I said, fighting for it. They're a wild card team, but they're going to be fighting for the division. The Rams are a dynamite team. They will be again. Mm-hmm. We will see them in the playoffs again.
Mm-hmm.
And
they have to be favored to repeat.
They've got to be favored to repeat.
If everyone stays healthy and you simulate a season, I think that the Rams win probably 8 out of 10 times. You know, when you look at the NFC South, obviously we're only going to see one team out of that division, the Bucs. The Panthers, depending on how things go with their quarterback controversy, we could see them as a wild card. The Saints maybe, but
a wild card.
You know, optimistically, Saints are a wild card. NFC North, you're going to at least probably still get the Packers. The Vikings may contend for a wild card. And then the NFC East, of course, you'll just get one team, probably the Eagles. So my thing with the 49ers is they actually have quite a bit of competition to even just be a wild card team this year, not just in their own division, but when you look at the NFC is actually really building talent in some of their other divisions. Now, of course, the AFC is still the most talented conference of football, but I think that the 49ers have a more difficult road this year.
I have something on that
even a wild card team than they have in years past. So I don't know. I can't put them as a wild card team until I actually see some solid play from Trey Lance.
The Packers, Israel, everybody, I just want to say this. Everybody who was joking around about Aaron Rodgers doing ayahuasca and having a better seasons because of it, that shit ain't no fucking joke, bro. Like he actually had a better mindset going into those seasons. And I think it's ignorant to laugh at the fact that he said that.
Hey, I'm not gonna say in front. They got a couple of rookie receivers that are tearing it up. He might be all right.
If Aaron Rodgers' big flaw is his hesitance to go back to a receiver that drops a pass. Look, you've got to get Aaron Rodgers needs to go back to, and I know he used to do it. He hasn't done it in a while. Aaron Rodgers, to be successful, needs to go back to the Tom Brady method. Exploit your fucking matchups. He doesn't do that. He picks his favorite receivers. That's why that's why they struggle so much in the postseason, because your weaknesses get beat over the head in the postseason.
Yep.
And so the Packers, if they want to be a true competitive team this year, Aaron Rodgers needs to get rid of that. And he needs to start playing matchups.
I think Aaron Rodgers' biggest actual negative is that he's so good that he knows he's so good that he starts playing like very like lackadaisical, throwing balls out of bounds. Dude, he clocks more balls than like 3 times more balls than fucking any other quarterback in the NFL. He just throws them out of bounds. And it's literally just like, he's just like, nah, like that play's done. Like, I'll just make it on the next one because I can just, I can pretty much just make plays happen whenever I want to. It's very Patrick Mahomes-ish, except for Mahomes, instead of like being lackadaisical, kind of just like goes 100% and goes, hey, I'm just going to win this by myself. Right. And Rodgers does the same thing, but it's like in a careless way. Like he's like, God damn, well, I'll just get it on the next one. Right. And then he ends up being like that kid in gym class that's better than everybody else, but he like gets pissed about one thing and then just quits and actually ends up losing, even though he's clearly the best, racquetball player or whatever. He just gets mad and kind of turns into a baby and fucking loses because he doesn't want to play hard. And that's literally what Aaron Rodgers does. I think the ayahuasca thing was him kind of trying to say like, okay, well, I get it now. Like I probably shouldn't be just fucking around with, like just messing around and trying, because I'm so good that I should just be clocking balls all the time and stuff like that. Like if that's the case, then it actually did make him a better player. Definitely probably made him a better person. What was this quote? Oh yeah. Will, do you know what Aaron Rodgers' wife or girlfriend's name is?
No.
Blue Sky.
No,
there's a
Blue
fun fact.
Earth.
Blue Earth. Sorry,
Blue
her
Earth,
name is
Blue Earth.
Blue Earth. BLU Earth. And he
Mm.
said ayahuasca gave me unconditional self-love.
Mm.
He said it actually taught me unconditional self-love, which is weird because you would think that Aaron Rodgers liked himself a lot,
weird.
right? That was like his whole thing, was like he was arrogant and all that shit. And now he like actually, how he was saying, he like knows actually what it's like to actually like yourself and not just be a cocky, right? So it's kind of cool.
I hope it's true.
I've done DMT before, Will.
He does not need to struggle with a lot of that negative energy that carries around with an attitude like what he had. I genuinely hope that it was able to help him, or that something does, because nobody deserves to suffer like that. But he's got to show some results on the field before I'm going to be thinking anything about Aaron Rodgers doing anything spectacular.
Particularly in the playoffs. Particularly in the playoffs.
Precisely.
You can't left out the regular season because that division is terrible. I
think that's where the that kind of babiness, I for lack of a better term, that kind of, that bad attitude was showing the most, because he was like, oh shit, I'm here again. And he was failing because he was having that attitude failure, basically. So hopefully this was actually an awakening thing for him.
I honestly hope so.
It definitely is.
All right, let's go.
Something.
Let's go ahead and finish everything up. Oh my goodness, we come to that time. Dan, the focus is on you one more time with Dan's Dick of the Week. And do we not have that anymore? Nope.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, Dan.
Unfucking believable.
Not
even a fucking intro. This is unbelievable. You know what? I need some goddamn respect on this network. I'm walking the fuck out. I will take my talents to South Beach. I will take my talents to South Beach.
South Beach, here we come.
I'm gonna
maybe they'll double your pay. Go ahead. Go down to South Beach. Let them have double.
They double that deal. They'll throw an extra corn dog in your deal.
I'm gonna go play with the greatest fucking player ever, Ray Allen. Yeah.
Damn.
Anyway, I'm gonna do an old favorite here for Dick of the Week, and I'm gonna call it Major League Baseball. My Dick of the Week is Major League Baseball, but what is it? Mob Fanfred.
Rob Manfred.
Mob Fanfred.
Yeah.
Muck Rob Fanfred, but it would be Mob Fanfred. Yeah. Muck Rob Fanfred. He is my Dick of the Week for 80 games. 80 games on arguably your most popular player. Am I wrong about that? Fernando Tatis Jr. is one of the, outside of what? Acuna, Shohei, Trout. Is there another one? I mean, Julio Rodriguez now, like that's just like very recent. Kershaw. Is Kershaw still? I mean, Kershaw's, I think, falling back a little bit.
Past DeGrom and Scherzer for sure.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, but like he's in there with those names at this point. Like he's one of the top 5 most grossing, highest popularity players. 80 fucking games. Restructure that shit immediately. If this really was for some shit that comes out of lotion, how do we not know that it was? Think about that. If Fernando Tatis' story is true, which I don't think it is, I think he was juicing for performance enhancement, which should be allowed. But if his story is true, this is a travesty. This is an absolute tragedy, and it's a mistake by Major League Baseball.
But here's the thing. Players, and we just had this whole lockout with baseball. The players did not fight for a better process for stuff like this to avoid issues like this.
Nope.
They didn't. And Tatis, all he had to do was call the team. Hey, I got a fungus infection from a haircut. What can I use? The team trainers, the team doctors, give him something that does not contain anything on the banned list, and he's fine.
The team doctors, I think, were already giving him something, Tony. I think they might have been already giving him something, you know what I mean? I don't think there was any kind of fungal infection going on there. I think the team doctors might have been in on the whole fucking thing.
I'm just saying, if we're going to believe his story, hypothetically, this still falls back on them for not fixing this during the last CBA negotiation. If that's really what happened. It makes him ignorant and very irresponsible. That's what it does. If it's true, but it's not true. It's an irresponsible, and that's the thing. If it is true, it's an irresponsible thing. If it's not true, the dumbass got caught, and he got caught while he was in recovery from an injury. He was playing AA ball when he tested positive, going through rehab assignments. I have a question for you two guys. And we're not going to get into it that far because we don't have much time left. So Major League Baseball, I think Major League Baseball has some knowledge of this shit that goes on. And I think that they test guys when they want to test guys. And I think Fernando Tatis, like I said earlier, I think Fernando Tatis might have rubbed somebody up high. And that's why Rob Manfred is my dick of the week, is because I think that Manfred might have known, or Manfred does know, and Manfred has a lot of fucking information, and I think he might have known, and I think Tatis might have fucking been like, hey, fuck you, I'm not going with your fucking plan, and they were like, oh yeah, motherfucker? Well, let's just knock you down a peg. 80 games, how about that? Here's the other possibility that could be. If the league knew, and they were doing something because something happened, the Padres' chances in the postseason dramatically surged with the Hader and Soto trade. When you add in the possibility of having Tatis back, that puts the Padres as a sleeper team. Interesting. So you're saying like it might have been the franchise. Right. It might have been. I mean, if we're going to go that the league was doing something on this, let's really look into this. That franchise actually, while they've started paying players, they actually spend less than some of these other teams, and they're building a roster. If you go look at that roster and then you add Tatis in, that's a roster that can win a World Series, contend with the Dodgers, be competitive in the playoffs. Yeah. But the Padres are considered a small market. Right. Because their fans are like super wishy-washy because it's San Diego and like there's but what's crazy is their average attendance is just shy of 40 grand. Right. Because but it's touristy though, right? I mean, Petco's tourist. It's what it is it's, you know, you've got that California money, the Silicon Valley money. It's a popular spot for Silicon Valley bros to go watch baseball without going all the way down into LA to watch the Angels or the Dodgers. But none of those, if you're an Angels or a Dodgers fan, you can go watch them against the Padres, and they get that, you know, $20 for, you know, $25 for a 16-ounce beer money. Right. But what you're saying though is none of those motherfuckers are like painting their face and shit. Yeah. Like none of those motherfuckers like really into it. They aren't like, oh, no, hey, today we got Snell starting, and they're like having they're doing their own fucking book for the game and shit. Those motherfuckers don't care. They're just drinking Boulevard wheat and fucking bullshitting. It is. They're it's a lot of Silicon Valley tech bros, but they still have decent attendance. Right. They make a lot of money. And they're starting and they're getting some more investors. So they're starting to put more money in because they want. I would be willing to bet that they're hoping they can break an average of 40 grand next year for their attendance per game. You know how hard that is for a small market team, even averaging 38. So respect to them for what they've built in their product so far, but pushing it to where you're averaging as a team that's a small market team, you're still averaging 40,000 tickets a game. That's insane.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Can we just address the fact also that their name is the Fathers? Like, are they like Catholic priests? Is that their mascot? Like, does a Catholic priest come out with a young boy and
We ain't going there. We are not going there.
Too much
sir.
time. Too
We're
much
not
time.
Talk
going
about
there,
first
sir.
pitch,
We're
am
not-
I right?
We're not going there, sir.
Talk about first pitch.
No. All right. All right. 7, real quick. Dig of the week.
My dick of the week is Tony La Russa.
Yes.
The White Sox are the most average fucking teams. And he acts like his way and this focus on the unwritten rules and the old school method is how you get results. They're not even a contender in their division right now. They're not a wild card team.
Nope.
They are 500 as an organization consistently.
With that
Fucking
roster, it's disappointing.
average. And with that roster, it's disappointing. The Rangers moved on from their manager today. Why have the White Sox not moved on from Tony fucking La Russa?
He got pictures on somebody.
He got
pictures on somebody.
The White Sox organization feels bad for letting him go as a manager in the 80s, and he goes to the A's and wins a couple of fucking World Series, and then goes to the Cardinals and wins a couple of fucking World Series. I get it. But guess what? He's not that guy anymore.
Right.
Congratulations, Tony La Russa. This is Tony's 18th nomination for Dick of the Week.
He's pulling a Dan Sorensen. He got pictures on somebody.
He gotta have something on somebody, man. This
He
is
got something on somebody.
He seems like a dude who's got something on everybody.
Hey.
Seems like a schemer.
Hey, real quick, Dick of the Week from KW, Akeem Talib's brother, for causing that shooting at that youth football game. That was crazy. That was crazy and ridiculous and uncalled for. That coach died. Ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Just ridiculous.
That shit's crazy.
Oh,
Akeem Talib has always kind of been.
Oh, some little league
he
shit.
was at Kansas, man. Like he was banging, dude. Like he's like pretty crazy. Like he's always been kind of crazy. I like Akeem Talib. I think he's a great corner, but
damn, injured the kid.
I think they're out there being crazy, dude. Like I think Akeem Talib's out there being crazy.
Yeah.
Like, well, what's it gonna be like when he gets CTE, dude? I mean, God, it's gonna be. Like he's gonna make Junior Seau look like a carnival.
Real quick, my Dick of the Week at the Chicago Bears. You got the best young linebacker in the lead in Raekwon Smith, and you don't want to pay the man. He's the best linebacker.
Well, the Bears just won their Super Bowl with beating the Chiefs in preseason, so it's all downhill from here for them anyway.
Get the best linebacker in the league, best young linebacker in the league in Raekwon
middle
Smith.
linebacker, yes,
middle linebacker, and you don't want to pay him. You don't want to pay him.
Who are they paying? That's my question on the whole
Who
the fuck are you guys paying?
There's that salary cap going. Like, hey, you guys can use that that difference in the salary cap. You guys can use that. You know that, right? You can get up to that point.
You don't have
to you don't have to stay 60 million.
This isn't golf. This isn't golf.
No,
Chicago.
you're not. No, right. It's not. You can. Yeah.
Hot
dogs cost enough.
Pay him.
Soldier Field fills
pay
up.
That
you
man.
guys are right.
One of the best young linebacker in the league, and you don't want to pay him, so they get my Dick of the Week.
Fucking pay him.
Yep.
I take Micah Parsons over him all day long, though.
Oh,
you might have a point. You might have a point on that.
I'll give you that. Yeah,
you might have a point on that.
Micah Parsons is one of the best young defensive.
I'll take Zadarius Smith over Raekwon Smith too.
That's close.
But that's we're talking about apples and oranges though, because Raekwon Smith plays middle linebacker.
He plays middle,
so he comes downhill and goes side to side, while Zadarius Smith is an edge rusher, and so is Micah Parsons, and they also play.
Now they're more.
Now
they're edge rushers. I mean, you can say edge rusher would be more valuable than a middle linebacker.
Yes and no. I mean, because the consistency of a middle linebacker, dude. You're coming downhill every play. You're meeting the center.
You got to be there.
Think about the Rams defense though. Joey Bosa and Aaron Donald. That is one hell of a combo, and when you're facing the Rams, you're not worried about their middle linebackers. You're worried about Joey Bosa and Aaron fucking Donald.
Right.
And when you face the Cowboys, you are watching Micah fucking Parsons.
Right. But who is the Rams middle linebacker? It's Zach Little, isn't it?
Exactly.
No, I kind of know.
You're proving my point. Exactly.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't really know who plays linebacker for the Rams. Like, because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you don't get to that level anyway.
You have Bosa now, and then you have obviously like a a refrigerator that plays defensive tackle,
Yep.
and then a refrigerator with legs plays defensive tackle. Like that dude is nuts. That dude is nuts strong. He's like 5'11". He's like my height. Talk about a brick shit house.
You
Good
are not
God.
5'11".
I'm 5'11". I swear, I'm 5'10".
Okay, then I'm 5'10" because I'm almost exactly the same height as you. We are not that far apart.
Yeah, I think we're 5'9" or 5'10". I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm 5'10".
5'8",
Last time I
so you're like 5'9".
Okay, fair enough. That's average height. How tall are you, Will?
I'm 6'3.5".
Are you really?
Mm-hmm.
Big boy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, let's go ahead and go into what we got coming up next here on Pinfall Streams. Tomorrow night, you can catch me and Josie on Sports Report Fight Night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on Pinfall Streams. Sports Report After Dark, fellas. When y'all coming back?
Thursday. We were on this last Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Thursdays 10 Eastern is our new night and time, just so that Dan and I both have the ability to satisfy our women, or at least get out of the house so their side dude can come in and satisfy them.
Absolutely.
You know, somebody's got to do it, and sometimes I just don't give a fuck.
Right? And sometimes, Seven, you just got to wear the horns of a cuckold.
Oh, man. Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. Hey, it's 2000. It's 2000, man. Yeah.
2022.
2022. Yeah.
You can't keep shaming me anymore.
Can't shame shit no more. All right.
The Thomas Jones jersey in the backfield, guys. Got the Thomas Jones jersey going, 58. Thomas Jones. He was one of the only guys. No. He was the only guy ever to wear his first name on the back of the jersey.
No.
He wore number 58.
That's
for the Arizona Cardinals. That's an Arizona Cardinals 58 Thomas Jones jersey.
My God, the only worst throwing accuracy was Deshaun Watson in his return against the Jaguars, where he completed one pass on 3 drives.
Did you hear the Jags crowd? I saw like 6 videos for the Jags crowd.
Dude, they were brutal.
You sick fuck. And I was like, yes.
One no means no.
Yes, KDB. I'm 6'3", sir. 6'3".
Yeah, not congrats and kudos to the Jags crowd for doing that, because that's
it's about freaking time they did it too.
I want him so goddamn uncomfortable every time he thinks about going near a football field. So fucking great.
What do you call it when you get a massage and your wiener up? They say it's your, like, what do they say, Tony? It's like the term. It's like a term where you would rather be on your back than your stomach.
What is it?
Never heard of that.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
Okay, so on your stomach, what's really bad is I can remember stomach, despite the fact that nobody ever uses it. It's supine on your stomach, and the other one is prone.
Okay.
Prone on your stomach, supine. It's supine on your back. Yeah,
supine. So like, I was gonna. They should make some chant that's that, because that was what he always wanted to do. He always wanted to be on his back, like immediately. He wanted to like not be like you would normally be for a massage, which is
that's if Deshaun Watson comes to Arizona or whatever city I'm in playing a game, I'm gonna make a sign that says Deshaun Watson likes to be on his back. I'm gonna get video messages of Tony just like selfieing, and he's just gonna be, you sick fuck, you sick, and just be people all around him.
Damn. All right, guys. And on that note, we're gonna get out of here, guys. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Drunk, KW, thank you for being here, guys. And we'll see you again next week right here on Pinfall Streams with another episode of the Sports Report. Everyone have a great week, guys.
Free Fernando. Fernando Tatis.
Free Fernando.
You're better than your dad, and you can be better, Fernando. You can be better. You can do steroids and not get caught. And you can go 40-40. Go, Fernando. Damn. I believe in you and your dreads.
Oh,
with the blonde highlights at the end.
All right, guys. We're out of here. We'll see you later.
I had hair. That's what I would have.
That energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down,